wedding cakes, but now that it's Christmas, Chef Mark Brickman is here to share his secrets to making the world's best Christmas cake. Hey Mark, how you doing today?
Great. How are you guys?
Good. You always bring such wonderful things. What are we working with today?
Today we're going to work with some sugar fondant icing.
Ooh.
We're going to make some snowflakes to garnish your holiday cake with.
Oh, great. Looking forward to it. I love fondant. Well, when FamilyNet has a big event and we want to serve a cake that is sure to impress, there is only one person that we call, Chef Mark Brickman, the baker's man. Welcome, Mark.
Hey, there.
Good to have you with us again.
Yes.
You were with us on Wedding Week and showed us all kinds of wonderful wedding cakes that you make. And you do all kinds of great, really creative cakes, and you've been winning lots of awards, haven't you?
Yes, been quite blessed the past 7 years. Yes. So.
And what are some of the creative things that you're able to do with cakes? You do some different kinds of like sports cakes and
everything
Monopoly.
we do is customized, so it's kind of what you see on the Food Network is what we can do as far as sculpting cakes, incorporating different themes. It's thinking outside the box. It's something that you can't get everywhere else.
And you do some what you call topsy-turvy cakes where you sort of set the layers on angles and make them look really kind of fun and whimsical as well.
The Dr. Seuss look, yes.
Yeah. How did you decide to start, getting into baking things and doing some really creative things with decorating?
I would say you just go with what the client wants, what's trendy, what's popular. Being here in the South, we're a little bit more on the traditional side as far as what brides would want for wedding cakes.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you get brides that want something very wild that they've seen in the wedding magazines or on TV, so that helps a lot.
Well, and how can we translate what you do? Is it something that the everyday person at home can do? Because it looks like, wow, there's no way I could actually accomplish that.
Well, definitely today we're going to show how to decorate just a basic iced cake that's iced in buttercream with the sugar fondant icing.
Okay.
So this way
and you say fondant?
Yes, fondant.
And I don't know why I say fondant.
I'm a New Yorker, so
I don't
it's
know.
fondant.
Do you know which is appropriate? You're the chef.
Whatever flows best.
Fondant. So put the accent on the beginning of the word.
Whatever flows best
and
for
it looks to me like you're sort of recreating the centerpiece. And at our party earlier this week, the centerpiece of our table was this beautiful cake that you think is just an attractive centerpiece, but it's actually your dessert. And so you're recreating that today.
Yes, for your party earlier in the week, the theme was Winter Wonderland.
Yes.
And so I'm going to be reproducing the exact cake that I did for your centerpiece.
Okay, so how do we start? You can actually just buy the fondant?
This is just sugar icing, so it's just an edible sugar dough that's made with confectionery sugar. And the best way to describe it is, as far as consistency, it's like a silly putty. Remember growing up playing with a silly putty?
It feels like Play-Doh.
So what we do is we roll that out.
Where do you get something like this, though?
This can be bought actually in any kind of craft store, like Michael's or even like Walmart. Has a Wilton section.
All right.
Different brand. I use a product that's specifically designed for the industry. But they do make the fondant pre-made that you don't have to make it yourself.
Okay, and it just comes like in a ball of
little container
dough, sort of like. Looks like Play-Doh.
Looks like Play-Doh. So then you just roll it out. Now, what I'm going to be doing to make it easy today is using a silk pad. And these are non-slip, non-stick rubber mats that are reusable, and you can get these in any kind of kitchen home store. And then, for example, we're going to use some snowflake cutters.
Little cookie cutters.
You can find these anywhere. For me, I have a lot of luck with Williams-Sonoma. A lot of times.
A lot of variety there.
A lot of variety, and then we're very fortunate here. We have an outlet store. So you wait after the holidays and
get a good deal.
Get a good deal on them.
Okay. So how thin do we have to roll this out?
To me, the thinner, the better, just because it looks more elegant than bulky.
Right.
And also, since we're going to use buttercream icing, it's going to get soft, so you don't want something very heavy on top of it. Because we're going to end up wrapping the snowflakes around the edges just to give it a little bit of dimension.
Okay, let's get started on this.
Okay, so I've already gotten it started with a little bit of cornstarch on there. So
you're using cornstarch as like you would flour when you're rolling out for baking.
So now you can use either cornstarch or you can use confectionery sugar so the dough does not stick.
And that looks like you're getting it to about maybe a quarter
of an inch.
Eighth. Yeah, okay.
So we're going to get that.
Hold that in
roll
place
that.
for
Thank you. So if you have a problem with it sliding on your countertop, the slip mats that you get to put in your liners for your glasses
Oh, okay.
Or underneath an area
That'll
rug.
Keep it from rolling.
Cut a little piece, put it underneath there, and it works out great, so
Alrighty.
it doesn't slide on you.
Okay.
So right now we've got our...
So here you just take a buttercream frosting and try to get it as smooth as possible on your homemade cake, right? Okay. And now we're working with the fondant.
So what we're going to do is cut out each piece individually.
So it's really just like cutting out cookies.
Pie dough or cookie dough. So we're going to cut out different shapes.
Alrighty.
And then what I'm going to do is, as I'm cutting them out, I'm going to make this a class project for you. I'll have you start decorating.
Alrighty.
So I like to wrap the fondant around.
Do you have to do anything to make it stick?
Nope, it should just stick right away.
Okay.
Now it's easier to work with it when the icing is cold versus soft.
This icing or this icing?
The buttercream icing.
The buttercream.
Should be hard, refrigerator hard.
Okay. So I can just start placing them on the...
And then pushing them on so they stick.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's pretty. And then, here we go. Get that down there. So we're creating these. This is really something the kids could learn to do as well.
This is a fun family project that you can have the kids participate with you. And there's really nothing for them to get hurt with.
A little fold over thing. Here we go. Now, is that the same one I have? Yeah, I don't want to be too
you can mix them up.
symmetrical. Let me get, I need a little one. There we go.
Here's the little one for you.
I need a little one here on the side. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay, so are we also, is this the same thing that is in these cute little...
Those are pre-made, so as you can feel the difference, if you want to hold them up, one is really hard, one is really soft. So that's what's going to happen once it's exposed to the air.
Okay.
The air is going to dry out the sugar icing, so it's going to be very much the consistency of a Pez. So it's just going to be that hard sugar.
Right.
But it's still edible, but it's crunchy.
If you hear a dog barking, we have a pet segment.
That's the next segment.
Hang on.
But the dog will not be participating with the cake. So.
Okay, so we're getting all of our little snowflakes on here, and that's really pretty easy to do.
And you could do this if you want to use Christmas ornaments or any other kind of cookie cutter.
And you could do a nice contrasting color and get them on there. Okay.
This works out really easy to color as well. You just take a little food coloring. It's great to wear the latex gloves so you don't get it all over your hands.
Right.
And then you can work the food coloring into the sugar dough as well to give yourself some color.
Or it comes in colors also, doesn't it? You can sort
I'm not
of buy
sure
it that way.
For the homemaker it does. I know for.
I think I've seen it at Michael's in colors.
Because I know commercially they've been making it in color for us for a while.
There we go. Okay. So once we get all of these little snowflakes on her, then what's the next step?
Well, what I'm going to do, what I like to do is to give the cake a little bit of shine, a little bit of shimmer. So we're going to spray it with an edible pearlized shimmer dust.
Okay. How do we do that?
The one thing I want to show as well, the wires here, you can get these also at Michael's, and that's what we're going to use.
Kind of in that food candy
to stick into the snowflakes.
Okay.
So we can make them shoot out of the cake.
Oh, okay.
So
then you've got these other pre-mades. You've just done the same thing here.
So now
put a little one of the wires in there.
Now what we can do is we will just stick the snowflakes in the top to come out. If you'd like to do that while I get everything ready here.
I can do that. So kind of like fireworks going.
Yes.
So now what is that you're putting together?
This is pearlized luster dust.
Okay. Where do we get that?
Unfortunately, I don't think they make it retail.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Come and show us how to make something we can't get.
Well, we have to have some of our
but
tricks for a few more years. But is there some kind of a little,
dusting something or other that they can put on there?
They might make actually the dust in cans. I've seen that before in the craft stores where it's edible spray.
Kind of in a
little aerosol can.
Right.
But what I'm doing here is I take a clear alcohol. I'm actually using rum today. And what happens is the alcohol hits the cake. And
evaporates.
Then it evaporates and leaves a shimmer dust.
Okay.
So I'm just using a little air compressor here, which is just like what you get for an aquarium.
I think I got my stuff too clustered. So it's like a little compressor with the airbrush. Cute.
So we're just going to go and
get the glitter on everything. And then this is then something that we can do at home. We can make things look like we came to your bakery.
It looks very
to get them
professional,
custom
but
made.
you'd want to come to my bakery to get it too.
Hey,
so
if you want your wedding cake or your really specialty cake, you did a cake for Dr. Stanley for his birthday and celebration that was incredible. It was like 4 or 5 feet tall, and had all kinds of different icons and elements.
Actually, that was about 9 feet tall.
It was 9 feet?
That was taller than me.
Oh my goodness!
I had
Look at that.
I had to get on a ladder to assemble that.
Yeah, we've got a picture of it right there. So if you need a specialty cake, then Mark is definitely the place to come. But look at this pretty little sort of glistening shimmer that's on the cake now, and that just adds a really pretty special touch.
It gives it more of a wintry finish touch. Yes.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, Mark, for coming and sharing with us again and showing us how to do really great creative things for the holidays.
Great. Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll have you back.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks.
And coming up, the top female sports agent in the U.S., Molly Fletcher. Stay with us.